What's going on, Patreon? SGA here, and first off, I'd like to apologize in regards to the K-Squeeze video. That video was solely meant for Patreon. Now, a lot of people were saying that I was lying, because here it says YouTube. But for those who do not know, Patreon has a piece of shit video uploader. The longest video I can have on Patreon, I want to say, is only 5 fucking minutes. What the fuck? So in order for me to have any video that's worth fucking watching, I have to connect a link from an original source, such as post a video on YouTube and share the link on Patreon, and voila, it's a Patreon video.
You wanna flex with the bitch, nigga? That's my bitch, nigga. Ben had that bitch as a young nigga, man. And you ain't the only one with a 30 bitch.
We still got motion out here to cut, bitch.
You better ask you little sharky.
Now, today, we will be talking about Otg Greggo, and what really happened to him to clear up all rumors, and also how his homie, Little Greg, got shot days after Greg got killed. Try to slide. Fuck.
My niggas was turned up out here. My niggas was Greg. Yeah, we got our CD right there, man.
You already know what the CD means.
Young black ass niggas. I need a little air. Let me air him out, you feel me?
Now, Otg Greggo was born April 19th, 1997, as Gregorie Green Jr. And yes, Jr., as in them two having the same ass name. But I don't know if his father was a coon or not. Now, I'm not sure if that's his siblings and his mom, but I know for a fact, all the way to the left, that is his blood sister. And I'm not sure, same mom, same dad, but they definitely are blood sister and brother, and they grew up in the same household together. And Greggo did not grow up with the original Gutter Boys. He came around shortly after. And to be honest, guys, if you hear anybody claiming 6'8", they basically are from Florin. 6'8" is just some random ass street that is off of Scottsdale and Power Inn. You know, it's right by the school that Greg was at in the beginning of the video. It's an old school gang called 6'8" Dog Crip. Now, that may be a reason why they took that street and banged it versus some random ass street, 6'7", fuck. But anybody that claims 6'8", they are from Florin area, guys. Now, the original members are the Gutter Boys, Gas Gutter, Gutter Boys, Gutter Illuminati, and all that shit. Now, the younger generation, they are still gas, propane, octane, all that shit. But they slightly tried to separate themselves with that OTG shit. And OTG is only the gas. They are slightly different, Now, Joshibo is the one who put the OTG shit in the air. And the younger gas gutter generation took it and they ran with that, That's the only thing that makes them different, is that they're the younger generation. Sort of like how Gutter Boys turned into gas, and then it turned into OTG, and now it's turning into the Ape Gang. Now, a lot of people may see the praise that Greggo gets and see him in pictures looking cool and might think that he's just the friend of a lot of gang members, the homie that doesn't bang, or maybe that he's just not like that. But in fact, Greg was definitely like that, He didn't portray himself as a super hard tough guy on the internet. But Greg grew up just like any other young baboon from the hood, especially that 6'8" shit. He grew up catching fades and winning them, and when that fights turned into pulling out guns, he was a main participant in that OTG versus Fab and BOE bullshit.
Where the fuck you from? Is you from Shooter Gang, nigga? Huh? I don't bang. Stop lying, nigga. Heard you was from Shooter Gang, nigga. Please, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I got family from the deep, bro. I don't even be trying to talk. I'm trying to tell you.
Now, Greg has a group of friends that doesn't give a living flying fuck about any kind of coonery or gas, OTG, none of that bullshit. And when he hung with them, he was not on no kind of bullshit, obviously, because they weren't. But he had the OTG gas gutter baboon coon youngins that he hung with, and when he did, he was on coon demon time. Everyone pretty much knows what Guy and Greg were on back in the day. For about a year or two, maybe, they were kind of like a Steph and Curry splash bros. Fuck. And when Guy shot, or allegedly shot, the world member on quote-unquote accident, Greg was right with him. And in fact, they were on foot. They weren't sliding around that shit. They were walking around the South at that carnival trying to find a fucking op to turn into a pack. And that pretty much was their stilo. They walked everywhere, and they always had some big-ass guns on them. and they clutched their guns on every car that rolled by and everybody that looked at their ass. Now, remember guys, Greg was not on that shit when he was with these guys. And nowadays, being a nerd is not so bad. But back then, this whole fucking group would be considered nerds. Now, mind you, I'm a fucking nerd, so there's no problem with being a nerd. And I really feel like if Greg hung with this group more versus the gas gutter baboon coons and the person he was with the day he died, then he would still be alive. Fuck. On the night of September 24th, 2017, Greg and C-Tone got the drop on some quote-unquote suckers at a South Sac party, and it was a fat party. Now, this party was in Valley High. Now, I'm not sure which house the party was at, but the article says that he was found on Milroy and Wardell Way, and this right here is that very intersection. Now, all the rumors that you heard about him getting set up by a female and all that other shit is fake as fuck. It is quite simple, guys. Around 2017, C-Tone found himself hanging with all the youngins, you know? Now, I'm not sure if he hangs with people his age, which I'm quite sure he does, but he was trying to get the young crowd. And what he pretty much did was use his old-ass clout from being a early 2000s killer. And the young gas members, such as Dyke and Greg and Shad, all heard of him, obviously, and they were pretty much honored to do drills with the infamous C-Tone, Cadillac Tony. Now, C-Tone is the one that Jalise said that is involved with the Osama murder. But let me explain how C-Tone and Montana are two different people. Fuck. Montana is this internet troll, belly-having, fat dress having, funny motherfucker.
Bitch, I'm bitch, you loco. And you ain't really famous, bitch, you just loco. You said that you with the pull-up, you ain't mobile. Summer's Eve ain't working, your pussy need fabuloso.
But C-Tone is somewhat like a model, guys. Before he put his dress together, got a belly, and started fucking all the bitches in Sacramento, this motherfucker was one of the most evilest persons you could ever come across. Fuck. Now, he deleted his old Facebook where he looked like a straight fucking demon. Fuck. But this is the C-Tone that Greg was sliding with that night, guys. Now, mind you, he was around 29 or 28 when Greg was killed that night. But he's almost 40 now. Fuck. And he's a little bit different than what he was back then. He's still a killer. Don't get me fucking wrong. But he's not on some shit like how he was back in the day, you know? Cooning for fun. Greg and C-Tone were on a mission to kill someone that night, guys. When they got to the house, C-Tone and Greg got out of the car and walked up to the door, and Greg knocked on the door. I don't know if he banged or if he just simply knocked, but he knocked on the door, and C-Tone was standing right behind him. His ops looked at the peephole or through the window and seen that it was Greg, the very face that's all over the internet, you know, the same Otg face, the famous Greg, you know. They seen it was him and shot through the door, hit Greg in the head, and Greg fell. C-Tone took Greg's gun, and his ass left the scene. Now, all the rumors regarding C-Tone setting up Greg, or having him killed, or letting him get killed, were fake. Some were mad that he didn't stay for the fucking ambulance to come, you know? But if you were a coon, what in the fuck would you do? Especially given the fact that they both had guns, and they were going to that house party to kill someone. Now, Greg just so happened to be the one that got killed. And if they killed Greg, what the fuck do you think would have happened to C-Tone if his ass would have stayed? What the fuck? Now, the rumors of him killing Greg on purpose or on accident instantly surfaced. Where they came from, I don't know. I don't know if it's because Montana has a reputation of just being evil and doing killer shit. But that rumor, from what I know, guys, is false. Now, obviously, these are the young Otg propane gas gang baboons, and they heard this rumor. Some believed it, you know, and some were going to act on it. Montana moved his black ass all the way to Stockton. That's when he created his own gang called 1090, you know, and he was out there being a sack motherfucker out in Stockton. When Greg died, his right-hand man, Little Geig, had a whole bunch of pressure on him because he portrayed himself to be a straight killer, the fireman, 3 months, you know? So everyone was looking at him to catch 10 million bodies in the name of Greggo. Well, I don't know about the rest, if they exist, but after Greg died, Geig's first drill in the name of Greggo, the vengeance that he was going to take on his homie dying, he failed miserably and almost got turned into a fucking... Now, Josiah, being from the Heights, he was dealing with a Heights girl. And I want to say they were in a romantic relationship. Coon and Coonette. Well, somehow, the Manor Mob members got the Coonette's phone and hit up Josiah, acting like her, trying to set up Josiah. That same Coonette hit up Josiah, saying that they had her phone and to not believe them. Well, Little Geig's baboon ass, in the name of Greggo, took that same address that Ugmac and the Manor members used, and his ass slid to that same location. And he was with one girl, and he was by himself, essentially. He let off some shots, and they shot back and chewed that motherfucking whip the fuck up. Fuck. They turned his car into a pack. I heard the car got hit somewhere around 40 times, and he only got hit once or twice. And in fact, they all went to jail shortly after that whole situation, you know? And Gike and Demo had a fist fight tussle over Gike saying that Greg could not fuck with Demo like that. And Demo got his codified ass feelings hurt, you know, and he called out the fade. And I actually heard that little Gike won the fight. What the fuck? I spend at least 5 hours on each and every video, guys. Not to mention the time it takes to acquire all the fucking homework and the background checks and, you know, the verification checks, you know, fact checks, all this checks. God fucking damn it. I don't think you guys even give a fuck of the energy and the time I put into being SGA. I showed my screen time, guys, and it literally said that I am on my phone or my fucking laptop, whatever, for at least 18 hours a day. And it's 24 hours in a fucking day, guys. Give me some fucking respect. It took me all that to get the information acquired to finally be able to post a fucking video. And it took me at least 5 hours to edit the video and to post it. And Patreon takes it down out of my control. And then I post it on Instagram for fucking free. And you guys still complain in the comments talking about fix it. What the fuck? This last time, I took 2 weeks off. Do you guys know that I had my sister's 2 kids for a week and a half, guys? She is homeless and out in the fucking streets on some young bullshit. And I took a liberty and stepped up to the plate and took her fucking kids for a week and a half, basically 2 weeks. Now, when I have certain situations that happen that keep me from doing these videos, because remember, I have to sneak and do these fucking videos, guys. Whenever something happens that keep me from doing these videos, and I explain myself, you guys always come on my comments talking like I'm just lying or making excuses. That's the whole reason why I never explained myself this last time. But I felt like I had to, given the fact that people always complain, and it might be one bad apple that made the next person, you know, believe whatever the fuck they're over there believing. When in reality, I am trying my best to put out as much videos as I can, guys. This shit, honestly, guys, takes fucking time. Now, given the fact that I have to sneak around all the people that are involved in my life to do these videos, and also the time it takes to acquire all of this information I have on all these fucking coons, it's always going to be a delay in between videos, guys. Now, it may be a time where I can post back to back to back to back, you know? And I will do that. Fuck. And if you don't believe me, let's see you be SGA. How about you try and be SGA for a full week and see how much information you will come up with, how many videos you will post within a week, guys. Let's see you fucking try. Now, this is to the trolls, this message. I know it's people out there that support me that completely understand. Now, to you trolls, don't be the bad apple, goddammit. SGA, I love all you guys. I'll be posting soon. I'm out.
Yeah, y'all heard it. That's this DJ Dead, homie, you know what I'm saying? That was SGA, Sacramento Gang Archives, and man, yeah, man, this content shit, man, will wear out on you, man. Me being a podcaster myself, man, that's why I'm repping your shit, homie, you know what I'm saying? Taking the easy route, bruh. But you know, some real shit, man. Keep it coming, you know what I'm saying? Don't get stressed out, man. Keep your head up, yeah. Gone. Dead homies.